Well, thanks for staying on the program. Now, President of the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Chair of the Shaba Group of Companies, Dr. Sethe, says the current energy crisis has forced him to lay off 48% of his workforce alone, while other companies under the chamber are doing the same. He contends most companies will go down by end of the year following the increasing difficulty in doing business in Ghana.
To lament over the worsening power situation, which they contend is increasing the operation cost, making downsizing the only option for industries.
As at January, we've done about 48% off, but as at now, we are still moving on. If let's say you have 100, 48% is gone, that means 48 is gone. And we are doing more. What is happening is that I'm supposed to get power to do 2 shifts a day. I don't even get power to do 1 shift a day. If I want to rely on electricity, the fuel cost alone, I might not be able to break even. So I have to rely solely on power, and it comes less than 12 hours a day. So you don't need 2 shifts again. So 1 shift should go off straight away. We are making the ordinary Ghanaian, the consumer, poorer and poorer.
The situation is compounded by the recent increment in electricity tariffs by 2.63% and water tariffs by 1.06%. Dr. Sethe insists most companies cannot survive operations up to the end of the year with such developments.
With what we are going through, not having electricity, we are increasing the cost of power, the cost of water. Very difficult. Why are they increasing the cost of water? Because they also use the electricity or generator. So it's affecting them and they are passing on to us. You see, so whom do I also pass on to? If it is not addressed, I'm afraid by the end of the year, most of the companies will be gone.
Several businesses have meanwhile retrenched hundreds of workers and continue to do so following the energy crisis. For stakeholders in the business community, the crisis, if not immediately addressed, will plunge ordinary Ghanaians into abject poverty. Abigail Adomakunchi for Joy News.
Managing Director of CalBank, Frank Edu, has added his voice to the many pleading with government to solve the energy situation as a matter of urgency. Frank Edu is worried the situation is agonizing.
You know, I typically go to bed after work and I sleep. CalBank doesn't stress me. Work doesn't stress me. If my family has a problem, it stresses me. But this year, I go to work, I go home, I sleep, and I wake up at 3 a.m. And it's simply because it's a very difficult environment. Like I said, we're spending unnecessary money on fuel. It's so annoying. You know, it's an avoidable expense. Why must anybody spend 60, 70,000 cedis on fuel to power generators? And then your electricity bill, which you get from the grid, hasn't gone down. 4 days out of the 7 days, you provide your own electricity. You get power for only 3 days. And the 3 days you get power for, you pay more than you were paying before. You know, that and other things. It's so difficult right now that it's 2015 is going to be a difficult year.
Now, the lack of potable water at Oshumang in the West municipality of the Greater Accra region has compelled some residents to rely on water from contaminated sources. A borehole was built for the community some 3 years ago, following a Joy News report on the plight of the residents. But the residents say they are unable to drink water from the facility because it is salty and will rather rely on a polluted stream, often shared with cattle for their drinking water. Fifi Kumson visited Oshumang and has come through with this report.
This is Oshumang, a community of more than 500 residents, most of them fishermen and petty traders. They've lived here for close to a century. But they have a big problem. The only source of water at this pond, often patronized by cattle, and the Insaki River, known to be the source of many waterborne diseases in the village. A Joy News documentary in 2011 about the plight of the people got laboratory scientists from the Ghana Association of Biomedical Scientists to move in to screen and treat the residents. The Ga-West Municipal Assembly also constructed a borehole for them. But the residents are unable to use the water because, according to them, it tastes salty. Most of them have returned to their old source of water, the pond and the Insaki River. Ni Asafwache is a youth leader here.
Cows. We have some around and sometimes when they come to the dry season, they have been entering into wherever you get our water sources from. Even the Pujo and then Insaki River, they have been entering there. When you come to the dry season, but when it's rainy season, sometimes they go to far places to feed on that. But when it comes to the dry season, they have been enjoying the water with us. And then, you know, cow and human being cannot enjoy the same things. So that is another problem that we are facing on our community. So
it's a situation that puts the health of many of these residents, including this 3-year-old boy, at risk. He approaches this bucket of untreated water, placed in the open, and fetches a cup to drink. I asked his mother, Akwele, why she allows her child to drink untreated water.
The
Ga-West Municipal Assembly intends to construct boreholes for 7 communities in the area, but Oshuman is not one of them. Chief Executive Sam Atukwekwe tells Joy News work is underway to provide the people with safe water.
Recently, we had a small water project at Adusamayira and its environs, and over 6,000 people are going to benefit. We are soon going to have the same, and it's going to produce 6,000 gallons a day. And this is going to be replicated at Amomole and its environs. We have rolled out many other mechanized borehole programs to service these communities.
For now, a major health crisis looms in this little village, now caught up in the urban sprawl. Fifi Kumsen, Oshuman.
Now, reports reaching Joy News indicate there's heavy exchange of fire between Alavanyo and Nkonya after one Mr. Fidelis Kuma was shot this morning around the public toilet. Mr. Kuma hails from Alavanyo and is said to be in critical condition at the Margaret Marcotte Catholic Hospital. Ivy Setoji is our reporter on the ground, and she's joined me over the telephone with more. Good morning, Ivy. Hello, Ivy.
Yeah, good morning.
Ivy, what more can you tell us about what's going on there in the Volta region? Well,
that was what happened. A man called Kuma was shot there, and he's in critical condition at the Margaret Marcotte Hospital. And that issued a fight between the town people of Alavanyo and Nkonya, and the military came in to actually stop the fight. So as of now, information I have gathered so far is that the military is still on standby, or they are trying very hard to bring peace in that area. And the police are also doing their best, according to what they told me, to bring peace to the area.
What is the general mood among residents?
Actually, the people, as normal, they are so scared. They wish this didn't happen. They are appealing to the police to do something urgent about it, because they don't know what more life will be lost, or they don't know who will be shot next. And so the general mood is the people are too, they fear for their lives, and they want something urgent.
You mentioned earlier that a team of police and military personnel have gone to the area. Are they in Alavanyo or they are in Nkonya?
The thing actually happened in Alavanyo, so they are in Alavanyo. But some of the military are also in Nkonya, just in case of anything. They are also in Nkonya, so they are in both towns trying to keep it.
Do we know how long they intend to stay in the town?
That we can't tell now. They wouldn't say. So we just hope that by the close of the day or before the close of the day, we hear something from the military or the police.
Indeed, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much, Ivy. Ivy Setoji is our Volta regional correspondent, and we'll follow this story closely in subsequent broadcasts and bring you developments as and when they occur.